This wasn't a date. Morgan checked her appearance in the mirror for the third time, smoothing an imaginary wrinkle from her teal blouse. The color brought out the green flecks in her hazel eyes, eyes that now critically assessed every detail of her reflection. She adjusted the silver chain of her locket, letting her fingers linger on the pendant her father had given her 3 years ago, marking the official start of her medical transition. The cool metal against her skin brought a familiar comfort. "You're Morgan Reyes," she whispered to herself. "Well, more than a friend, but less than?" She'd hosted dozens of community members for dinner, organized town-wide events for hundreds. Yet here she stood, rehearsing conversation starters like she was preparing for a job interview. "The string lights in the barn looked magical because you were there." "Absolutely not." Morgan groaned and stepped back from the mirror. This wasn't a date. This was professional courtesy extended to a festival volunteer who happened to be her former best friend, who she'd once harbored complicated feelings for before understanding her own identity. Simple. "Your necklace," Jasmine said softly, nodding toward Morgan's hand, which had unconsciously risen to touch the locket again. Before Morgan could respond, the doorbell rang. Her heart performed a complicated somersault. "I'll get it," she said, perhaps too quickly. At the door, Morgan took a steadying breath and touched her locket once more before opening it. Mara stood on the porch, wearing a simple sundress with a light cardigan. Her dark curls were loosely gathered in a way that looked effortlessly pretty. She clutched a pie tin, and Morgan immediately recognized the rich scent of blackberries. "Hi," Mara said, her warm brown eyes crinkling slightly at the corners. "I hope I'm not too early." "Not at all," Morgan replied, stepping back to let her in. "You brought dessert." Mara offered the tin. "Blackberry tart. I remembered it was your dad's favorite." Their fingers brushed during the exchange, and Morgan felt a ridiculous tingle travel up her arm. "You remembered that?" "Some things just stick with you," Mara said with a small shrug. "It's okay," she said quietly, surprising herself with the steadiness in her voice. "Those memories are still mine, even if I look different then." She looked directly at Mara, whose expression held no pity or discomfort, only attentiveness. Something about that receptive gaze gave Morgan the courage to continue. "That science fair project actually helped me get my first community planning grant," she said.